What's going on, folks? It's Kspadetheprospect, aka the Big Blue Chevy Driver, sometimes referred to as the YouTube MVP. And today I'm giving you guys another episode of a look into the future. And let me take a few seconds to update you guys on what's going on in this series, because it is not one of my most uploaded series. So this is Dee Future in his sophomore season here at the University of Wisconsin. After a disappointing freshman season, everything seemed to be on the right road in the second year. Unfortunately, they did have one loss. It was a 1-point loss to Indiana, and that loss kept them out of the national championship. So even though these guys did win the Big Ten championship, this one loss put them in the Rose Bowl against TCU, and this should be a really good game. So you got Wisconsin, who's ranked number 4, got TCU, who's ranked number 5. Should be a really good game. Now here's the thing, both of these teams have very high power offenses, so kind of makes you wonder how this thing is going to play out. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the gameplay and the commentary. Let's see what we got going here. So this is the first drive of the game, the initial drive, and I feel like it's the tone setter. You really want to come out and try to put points on the board first. Football is one of those sports where it's easier to play with a lead. So, I mean, everything seems to be going well right here. You got Atkinson handing the ball off, and it seems like Wisconsin does better when we do this. Sometimes they come out passing the ball, but they're handing the ball off. D is moving the chains. Wisconsin is moving the chains. Let me say that because everybody deserves some credit in this, but look at this. D is just moving and just moving and moving. But at the same time, this is what we've come, to expect from these guys. So you got the big uglies on the offensive line knocking people on their ass, and you got Dee Future just running the ball hard. That's what he does. So things kind of get odd here. Goal line situation, D makes the decision to dart toward the outside, and one of those quick defensive backs is not having it. Here on third down, D goes down with an injury, nothing too major. Wisconsin only gets 3 points on this possession. Let's see if that comes back to bite him in the ass. A good stand by the defense, and here it is, Wisconsin on their second possession of the game, looking to go up 2 scores, which would just be huge at this point. So still right here, you see the play action came out early in this possession. It's because the run worked so well on the first possession. If you got the run working in that play action, it'll come back and it'll make things work. Now, a strange thing happened right there. No points. Wisconsin goes for the field goal and misses it. It was a very makeable field goal, but they miss it. So I don't know, y'all. We got to see how this is going to work out for us. So coming back on the next possession, my boy Atkinson jumps out of the pocket, and he's able to move the chains. Atkinson can really scramble. We don't really like for him to do it, but he can do it. He's one of those guys that if he gets in trouble, he can get out of the pocket. He can get the first down. No big deal. But still, why run when you got this guy in the backfield? So D is still bruising, just running the ball hard. And this is what Wisconsin really needs to do. So, hey, I don't know. Right now, it's still looking like it's anybody's game. It's an early game, and it's playing out just as it was billed to be. 2 powerhouse offensive teams. I don't know. Things start to take a turn right here. So you see, 4th down, Wisconsin can't convert. And I was looking to see if possibly they could try for a long field goal. They don't even try. No faith in the kicker whatsoever. Not in the field goal kicker anyway. So we punt. Still, the defense was able to hold TCU to not scoring. So Atkinson says, wait a minute. I'm playing much too well. He throws a perfect pass to somebody with a purple jersey on. Unfortunately, that's not our team colors. So Dee Future, the one-time middle linebacker, is able to make the stop. However, TCU scores on that turnover. So it's a 14-3 game at this point. Wisconsin has to get on the board. They have to do it right now. I mean, they just straight up can't wait. And look at this play here. Like, I don't know. I know it was a Hail Mary at the end of the half, but what was Atkinson waiting on? He was just sitting there like he had all day, and he takes the sack. So going into the half, it's a 14-3 game. This is not what we want to see, but it's still some time, so I don't want to panic just yet. So we're coming back in the third, man. That pass was in the receiver's hand. Safety came over with the right hand of fellowship, and the ball was dropped. No big deal. Second down here, Dee Future still calling for the ball. He gets it here, and this is what I'm talking about. This is why he's got to get the carries, because you never know that next run could be the big one. So that's a big run right there. Puts the guys back in the game. They weren't really out of the game, but you got to think 14-3. If they don't score on this possession here, the game's over. I don't care what anybody says. I want to be optimistic, but at the same time, I'm a realist. The game would be over. It would just be over. So D gets in the end zone here. That keeps hope alive, in the words of Jesse Jackson. Hope is alive, man. That makes it a 14-10 game. That coach is like, man, I don't know what the hell we would do without you. Unfortunately, the defense can't stop TCU. 21-10. Now we got a problem because it seems like their offense is kind of getting into a rhythm, and they trucking, man. They going down the field with a vengeance. So I don't know how D ran right by that defensive tackle, but that should have been like a 1-yard gain. Instead, he moves the chains. Let's get some points here. Got to get some points here. 21-10 game. Less than 2 minutes in the third. Everything right here hinges on this one drive. If we get points here, it's still a game. If we don't, it's a wrap. So D is trying to move the chains here. I don't know how you play when you got in the back of your mind that you gotta score, because your field goal kicker could just shank it. I don't know. Now I see what Florida State feels like. Wide right. But at any rate, look at my boy Atkinson doing a great job of shedding the tackle, staying composed in the pocket, and getting the touchdown. Guess what, though? The defense gave up another damn touchdown to TCU. Yo, they killing us this game, man. And it's crazy because they've been pretty solid all year. Even the 1-point loss to Indiana, I think we only gave up 14 points. It was like a 14-13 game or something crazy like that. So, I mean, I don't know if I want to beat up on the defense or if I want to give kudos to the TCU offense. I mean, look at this, y'all. It's 35-17 at this point. 2 minutes left in the game. I think we all pretty much know how this game is going to play out. We're going to try one last heave-ho. I hate that screenplay, because if you get that block, it can be big yardage or it can be a big loss. You saw right there it was a big loss. And even on that play, I mean, D had his eyes downfield. He thought he was past that defensive end. Defensive end made a great move to free up from the block and stop the play, and that kind of killed it right there. So 35-17 right here, still at the end of this game. Few seconds left. I don't know what we're trying here. It really don't matter. And I guess kudos to TCU, man. Under the radar school with a high-power offense, and they just came in and smacked our defense upside the head. So I don't know. Does this taint the season? I mean, it still was a hell of a lot better than the freshman year, but still, like I told you guys, Dee Future has his expectations through the clouds. I mean, they are up there. So even though it was a great personal season for him, he brought in all kinds of awards and accolades and all-star achievements or all-American achievements or whatever. Still losing in this Rose Bowl has to hurt a little bit for D. And I don't know, we got to see how the guys bounce back from this. You got to remember, in his freshman year, the first time this school faced a mean adversity, you know, it seemed like it would break the team apart, but in the end, they end up coming together. So hopefully they can do the same thing here, and this junior season can be better than this sophomore season, which was still pretty good. It finished to be a two-loss season. So I'm gonna show you guys some of Dee Future's stats ending the year, and I just want to tell you, man, people say when he came back for his junior season that like the spring workouts and tryouts, the guy seemed to be bigger, faster, and stronger. So I'll let you guys get a look at that, and I'm out, man.
Rainmaker.